Mavis! It's a bloody line, the burnout bloody Bill! He can't bloody do any DIY, bloody useless! Oh, leave him alone! Look in between my eyes, Mavis, what do you see? Ooh! A big nose? The big bloody nose! Monobrow? A brain, Mavis, a brain! Oh, you know I can't see small things! You'll be the bloody death of me, you will!
Owl box up on that thing.
Oh, you put an owl box up?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. We're thinking, oh God, somebody's filming us now, look.
Each other.
At each other, yeah. Like voyeurism or something, what they call it. But yeah, so you start to panic a little bit.
Yeah, they are starting now.
So if you didn't watch my previous vlog, then me and my son went to Cambridge. We had a walk around, had a look around the museum and the city. We loved it. Now I'm heading back to Ely to take Leon to the train station so he can go back home and go to work. Oh, how lucky he is. He doesn't realise how lucky he is, does he? I wouldn't say it's the most exciting. Once you get out of Cambridge and all the beautiful buildings, it's not that exciting unless you're into wildlife, which I'm into wildlife. I'm into water, I'm into boats, so it's perfect for me. Once I'm not an expert on wildlife, as you know, but I do enjoy looking at it, admiring it, and just watching it, you know, and filming it when I can. It's a pretty windy day, it's open in the fens, and you get the wind all the time. Oh, why didn't you put your microphone on then? I think the battery went low and I couldn't be bothered, you know, and I made to charge it, so here we are. All the while you get these beautiful views of Ely Cathedral as you traverse this river. It's a beautiful sight. Going at it. Bloody hell, right away. Just finished having a good old grumpy bumpy them two. Bloody hell. So I've just left the Gober moorings and now I'm heading to Ely. Ely Peasy Lemon Squealy. Heading to Ely. I'm going to try and get a pump out. And then head up to Littleport and then Denver. You can see Ely Cathedral all the way up here. Look, and Ely Cathedral is a Christian church. And they offer daily worship and a place of prayer and sanctuary. It's also the seat of the Bishop of Ely and the mother church of over 300 parishes that make up the Diocese of Ely. The cathedral is also a historical monument built to the glory of God, which welcomes thousands of pilgrims and visitors every year. And if you haven't been to Ely and you are passing through here on your boat, and these are the main focus points of this old area, this Ely and Cambridge. It's the most beautiful part of the world, and it's a welcome break when you've been on those long straights on the River Great Ouse. This marina here is fantastic, and you got Bob in there. Look, hello Bob, you're alright. His boat's in there, and I come to this marina all the time because I like the guys here, and they use their diesel, and I always get coal from there because the coal is quality coal, and yeah, I really enjoy this place. That one's for sale there. Beautiful looking boat, isn't it? And on the opposite side to the other marina, you've got the Ely Marina as well. If you can get diesel and coal here as well, so. But I've never really used that one. I always use the one further down. But yeah, it's a great place to visit. So if you do hire a boat here or come here on a visit, this is well worth a stop in Ely. And you probably will stop. There's a very famous boat coming up in a minute, and I think you'll all recognise it if you watch their vlogs. Wonderful, wonderful vloggers. And the absolute trademark of all most hire boaters is they absolutely fly past your boat without slowing down. They've got no idea of etiquette on canals and rivers or anything like that, which is, you know, it's not their fault.
I don't know if you can see me or not, but somebody said to me, hey, why are you wearing so many hats? Why are you wearing so many hats? Because this peak keeps the sun out your eyes, it stops that hat going over my eyes. It keeps drifting down over my eyes. Every time I go in there, it'll go, which is rather annoying, and it keeps my head warm. And these are not on, but they keep my ears warm. You want some earmuffs? I haven't got any, alright, I can't find any around here. I'm not going to go get any, I've got these. This is doing the job. And it's moaning, I'm not moaning, I'm just saying, you know. Tools needed for working: scruffy trousers, steely boots, top priority, coffee rippers, sander, extension. I've teacupped the side, chat with Chris, yeah, get off it, and now I'm going to sand all down the side, because it just looks, now I've teacupped all that paint and clean the brass, it looks horrible, doesn't it? So I'm going to sand this and get on with it.
I've been looking at this patchwork quilt of paint for months now, and it's getting on my nerves. So the first chance I've got, which is on this Diamond 44 mooring, which I think the Oxford and Cambridge boat race ended here in 1944, so they called it Diamond 44. Was it a Diamond Jubilee or something? I don't know. Anyway, something to do with the race. So I'm going to sand all this down. I've got 400 grit sandpaper on my sander, which is rather noisy, and so yeah, I'm going to speed it up so it doesn't bore you to death. That's a worse sound. Sounds like a mosquito buzzing around your ears, doesn't it? Horrible sound to it.
What are you doing? Oh, that's just rude. The naughty neighbour next door.
I repeat, I'm not going to do a professional job on this. I'm just going to paint it straight on with paint. Oh, 3 coats of undercoat, 10 coats of top. No, it gets battered. This Gunnels does not. I'm not taking any time on it. This Diamond 44 mooring is one of the lowest on this network, and it's perfect for painting. But the rest of them are all the same height as the Gunnels, so as soon as you want to moor up somewhere, you're going to damage this paintwork. And this is probably, most of this damage is done by mooring up all the time, you know, or going into locks. What I did do, I managed to sand most of the rough edges smooth again with this sander, and all the bare metal I treated with a rust treatment inhibitor before I painted. So it actually came out really nice, to be honest. And as for the temperature, hey, you stop that. Well, this is what he thought of it. He wasn't very impressed with my painting and sanding. Were you, Bertie? No, he wasn't very impressed. He's a lovely dog, he really is. So after I was happy with the results, I didn't go all the way to the front because it was just too far out to reach the sand. And I got all the filler, which I filled ages ago, down, and I took the fender off in the end, painted that. But the result is, don't forget, it's freezing cold weather. This is 6 degrees. And I thought I'll give it a go at 6 degrees to see what happens. This section here always takes a lot of stick. These decorative sort of rivets, they're the worst for painting around. They catch everything, you know, all the rust flakes, and it drips, you know, everything around this area particularly. So give it an extra sand on this section here. As all you boaters know watching this particular section here usually hits the armco or the bank as you're mooring up. As you're jumping off with your rope, this part bumps against the side, so this gets a lot of paint chipping and scraping down this bit here. So I'm paying particular attention to this these rivets, because these tend to get drips and they scrape and get rusty all the time. So what I'm doing here is, after I've just washed it down with water, and now I'm just going to go over it with some white spirits. I'm just going to wipe any residue off, any greasy bits or any oil or anything like that, and also there's a bit of blacking paint on the paint when I blacked it, so I'm going to wipe that off as well, which comes off quite easily with white spirits. So around the exhaust, that's quite black as well, so get that clean. My main concern was getting the old bitumen black paint off, because that was quite that won't let the new paint adhere to the old paint, so I've got to get that off and give it a good wipe down. After I wipe all the sides down, I tend to I'll let it dry out for a bit so it's ready for paint. Bearing in mind it's very windy and it's very cold. It's probably 6 degrees, and you shouldn't paint in 6 degrees, but I was just the right. It was dry. It wasn't too cold. When it's 6 degrees, it's pretty cold, and they recommend you paint at 15 degrees. But what I found out was, when I put the paint on, it almost went off immediately. I had to really thin it down to stop it going off so quick. It was amazing, really. When I first painted these gunnels, I put 3 coats of undercoat on and 3 coats of top coat. Within an hour of cruising, you just scratch it off. So from now on, I just slap paint on top of the old paint, and it's not professional. I know it isn't. So, but it does the job. What I'm doing here is now I'm treating all the bare metal and rust that I can see. I'm just treating it with some rust inhibitor all over the place. All the areas I can see. I have to scrounge a bit of this off Chris. Thanks Chris for this. I'm just putting it on with a bit of soft spongy brush, one of those spongy brushes type things. Let that go off and dry. If you're going to buy a boat, I mean, one indication of a person that's constantly cruising is these gunwales, and I pronounce it, are constantly scratched. So you know where the boat's been. If it's been in a marina, they're usually perfect. If it's been out and about the country, then these are scratched to high heaven. Just giving some of the areas a second coat. This stuff's really effective. It turns it black and it goes rock hard.
Yes, I've been at this mooring for a night. It's very good, very windy, it's very open. So I'm going up to Littleport, then I'm going to catch the train back to Ely to get some coal and get my van.
This is the logistics of living on a boat. I've got to go up river so I could be near a train station and a road, so I get the train back into Ely to get my van, so I can get some coal in the van, so I can bring some coal back to a road near the boat, so I can carry the coal back onto the boat and then come back here, which is perfect mooring for painting, so I can paint the boat. I can't paint it anywhere else.
The boat's going, it's turning around. Oh, come on. It's turning around by itself. Oh, hurry up. Oh no, I've got the rope wet. Come on. Oh, you're filming is rubbish. Because I'm bloody crap at filming, that's why. Look, it's going. We're in a rush. Here we go, we're off. Got here at Littleport. There we are, look. Perfect timing because it started started raining, so let's get inside, Rippers. Come on then, you go first. I'll go first. Which route? I'll go first, shall I? Alright then. See you later. Bye. Crikey, it's a lot warmer in here. It just turned absolutely freezing out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Ely grab my van, grab some coal, take the coal to Chris, and then I'm going to come back here and get some lunch.
I mean, if you come here, it's confusing for people that's not been here, but Littleport is like a train station at Littleport, and it's perfect for boaters to pop into Ely to get some shopping or whatever. But I'm nipping to get my van and pick some coal up for me and Chris, because if there's any boaters near me, I say, do you want any coal? So I'm going to get some. I always ask other boaters if they want anything. If they're near me, you know, I'm not going to run around for people, but if they're next to me, if they want anything, I'll get it for them. It's only a couple of minutes. It's the next stop, I think, from Littleport to Ely. So it's a pretty costs about £3 something to get from Littleport to Ely. It's a great service all the way down this river. You've got the train lines. They take you into London, really, from all over here. Sometimes this is what's involved in just going shopping. You move your boat, catch a train into a town, catch a bus, walk miles and stuff like that. It's not that simple. Going shopping sometimes it's a logistical nightmare for some boaters. You decide to be there, I know, and I love it, and I don't mind this. It's an adventure. I wasn't happy when I got into Ely because I wasn't parked where I was supposed to park, and I didn't realise that I could get a ticket there. Pretty annoying.
Tell you what, this is not what I wanted. Ely Council gave me a ticket, 50 quid. I was 12 minutes over. Oh, not good. I've got this paint. I'm going to paint the side of the boat. And it's a I think it's an undercoat, top coat as well, so I'll just slap it on, which is lovely. I love slapping it. Missus, don't titter, I can't get it out with one hand. Oof. There's the number, there's grey, 25 grey, Vertel metal wood, concrete floors and decking. And apparently it's good on, I can slap it straight on. I've keyed the old paintwork, I've filled it, keyed it, and then I've put rust treatment on it. So the sun's out, it's only about 5-6 degrees, it should be fine. I'm going to put it on with paintbrush, put it in some pots, and then let's get on with it, shall we?
I've had this paint sat in my bilge for months, so I'll give it a good shake. A good old shakey up and a good dance while I'm at it, eh? Oh, painful.
Oh, the sun is lovely now. I'm just moving the boat down to the next mooring because it's lower for painting. That one up further up there, it's just a little bit the boat's too low for me, so I'm going to come down to this one and then paint the gunwales, whatever you call them, and then can't see a thing. And then scruffs on ready, look. Hey, got it straight on with it.